Good morning, my dear students. Today also we are going to discuss about concept about binomial theorem. Okay, students. Right now the first one, some standard expansions. Yesterday, students, when we are taking the a plus x whole power n, this is what students NC0 a power n. After then, students, NC1 a power n minus 1 x. Then NC2 a power n minus 2 into x square. This is the students, the general term is NCR a power n minus r and x power r. Finally, the NCN x power n. Okay, students. So, my dear students, when we are taking a equal to 1, suppose substituting a equal to 1. This is what? 1 plus x whole power n. This is the students NC0. That is 1 power n is the 1. After that NC1 x a power 1 power n minus 1. 1 power anything is the 1. Okay, students. After then NC2 x square and so on, NCR x power r and so on. The last term is the NCN x power n. This is also, students, we can written as, how to write this is C0, after then C1x and C2x square and so on, CR x power r and so on, CN x power n. Is it clear, students? C0, C1x, C2x square, CR x power r, CN x power n. Okay. So here, this is the students, we observe the NCR is nothing but CR. So the NCR also we can written as CR. Here C0 means NC0, C1 means NC1, C2 means NC2. So dear students, this is called as 1 plus x whole power n. This is very, very important, students. The 1 plus x whole power n expansion is the most important in the previous classes. Okay, student, this is called the standard binomial expansion. 1 plus x whole power n is called the standard binomial expansion. That is C0, C1x, C2x square and CR x power r and CN x power n. Suppose, students, the 1 minus x whole power n, how to write this is C0 minus C1x plus C2x square, after then minus C3x cube and so on, minus 1 power r CR x power r. Is it clear, students? And so on, minus 1 power n CN x power n. So here we can replace it by minus x is replaced by x is the minus x. Okay, students, this is called binomial expansion. My dear students, where C0, C1, C2, CR, CN are the binomial coefficients, those are nothing but NC0, NC1, NC2 and NCR and NCN. My dear students, yesterday we are discussing about NCR. These are all we will explain in the combinations. My dear students, the NCR, some useful properties. Okay, students, some useful properties are, so what are the some useful combinations are NCR. We have to know that n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Okay, students, and also the 0 factorial and 1 factorial both are equal to 1. Suppose the 3 factorial, yesterday I explained 3 to 1. Suppose n factorial is there, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on, 3 to 1. Is it clear, students? And also, my dear students, we can written as the n factorial is this one. So the one more observation is the students, the NCR is the n factorial by n minus r factorial by r factorial. Suppose is there, my dear students, 9C3 is there. We can simply written as 9 into 8 into 7. Suffix 3 is there. We can write begin with 9, you can write successive numbers are 3. Therefore, from 9, that is 3, 2, 1. Suppose students, we can apply the formula also. 9 factorial, 9 minus 3, 6 factorial. This is 3 factorial. 9 into 8 into 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here also 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are cancelled. This is the simplest form. After that, students, this is the NCR. And one more observation is the students, NC0 and NCN. These are always equal to 1. The first term, 2C0, 3C0, 4C0 and 2C2, 3C3, 4C4, 5C5. These are all equal to 1. And one more observation is the students, NC1 is always equal to N. So dear student, 2C1 is 2, 3C1 3, 4C1 4. These are the binomial expansions. My dear students, now the next one is, suppose the second property is the students, NCR equal to NCS. My dear students, if NCR equal to NCS, then we are taking the two cases. That is R equal to S. R equal to S and R plus S equal to N. This is what? R equal to S. Suppose 5C3 equal to 5C3. Both are equal, there is no problem. Suppose students, 5C2 equal to also 5C3. Since students here 2 plus 3, this is the value 10, just you can find this is also 10. 5 into 4 upon 2 into 1, 2 2 0. This is also 10. Okay students? Therefore, and the sum of the suffix R plus S equal to N. And one more is the students, the third property is NCR equal to NC N minus R. Suppose 11C, how to find the 11C9 value? This is you can written as 11C, 11 minus 9 is the 2. This is very comfort to find the 11C2 value when compared with 11C9. This is the students, NCR is the form NC N minus R. 11C2 can be written as 11 into 10 by 2 into 1. This is 55. NCR is also the another form NC N minus R. After that, students, the fourth one is NCR minus 1. Suffix are the successive numbers. This can be written as the students N plus 1 CR. How to write the students? NCR plus NCR minus 1 can be written as N plus 1 CR. What is the students? NCR plus NCR minus 1 is nothing but N plus 1 CR. My students, this is also suppose is there 3C2. This is there 3C1. Undoubtedly, this is equal to 4C2. My dear student, the 3C2 value, we know that. What is the 3C2 value? 3. 3C1 is also 3. My dear student, 3 plus 3 is the 6. Just you have to find 4C2. That is 4 into 3 by 2 into 1. This is also equal to 6. Is it clear students? NCR plus NCR minus 1 equal to N plus 1 CR. Then the another one is the students NCR by NCR minus 1. Dear student, where the suffix is there R. Where here this is R minus 1. My dear students, when the suffix are successive numbers, undoubtedly is the form students N minus R plus 1 upon R. How to write? NCR by NCR minus 1 can be written as N minus R plus 1 upon R. What is the students? NCR by NCR minus 1. You can write N minus R plus 1 by R. Suppose the students, when we are taking here, this is 3C2 is there, this is 3C1 is there. My dear students, we can written as this is what? 3 minus 1 is the 2. The suffix is the 2. 2 by 2 is the 1. We have to know that the 3C2 value is 3 and this is also 3. 3 by 3 is the 1. So the another method is N minus R. This is 3 minus 1, 2. Suffix we can be written as in the denominator. NCR by NCR minus 1 is the N minus R plus 1 by R. Now the sixth property is the students So my dear student, the sixth one is the NCR. The NCR can be written as n by r. We can written as n minus 1 CR minus 1. NCR can be written as the students n by r equal into n minus 1 CR minus 1. This is also we can written as n by r, n minus 1 r minus 1 into n minus 2 CR minus 2. Is it clear, students? N by r, after then n minus 1 r minus 1 n minus 2 CR minus 2. And also students, n by r, n minus 1 by r minus 1, after then n minus 2 upon r minus 2. This is n minus 3. Okay students, n minus 3 CR minus 3. So and so on. Okay student, this is the sixth property. Suppose the students my dear students, if NCR minus 1, NCR and NCR plus 1 AP, then what is the condition? Okay students, now NCR minus 1, NCR and NCR plus 1 are in AP. These are the three successive coefficients. Okay students, in the expansion 1 plus x whole power n. Okay students, what is the expansion? 1 plus x whole power n. In the 1 plus x whole power n, the successive coefficients are NCR minus 1, NCR and NCR plus 1. Then what is the condition? My dear students, we have to know that what is the students, how to get the condition? 2b equal to a plus c. What is the students? 2b equal to a plus c. Dear students, the 2b, b is the NCR equal to a plus c. A is the students NCR minus 1, NCR plus 1. Is it clear students? How to write 2b, 2 into NCR, that is what? A into NCR minus 1, C is the NCR plus 1. So dear student, this is, how can you write this is? NCR minus 1 upon NCR. This is NCR plus 1 by NCR. My dear students, R plus 1, R are the successive numbers. R minus 1 and R are the successive numbers. So how can you write this is? Dear students, 1 upon NCR by NCR minus 1. This is what? NCR plus 1 by NCR. Just now I explained NCR by NCR minus 1 is the n minus r plus 1 upon r. What is the students? How can you write? The fifth property. What is the students? How can you write this is? What is the property? N minus r plus 1. N minus r plus 1 upon r. This is the formula. Just you can subtract this n minus r plus 1. Suppose students, when we are taking the formulas, undoubtedly the question will be very big. The simplification is the very difficult. When you are taking NCR, is the n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. This is also n factorial by n minus r plus 1 factorial into r minus 1 factorial. Undoubtedly, it will be the very difficult calculation. Okay, students? So, when you know that formulas, undoubtedly these are all very easy. So, students, when they are successive numbers, how can you write n minus r plus 1 upon r? So, dear student, these are the successive numbers. Directly you can written as n minus r in the numerator. So, where the suffix is the big, when compared with the denominator, here r plus 1 r. R plus 1 is the big value when compared with r. Here r and r minus 1. That's why the r can be written as the denominator. This is also you can written as denominator. So, the r plus 1 in the denominator, n minus r is the n minus r is you can write in the numerator. So the difference will be you can write in the numerator. Here the difference is n minus r plus 1. So student, this can be sending to the numerator. What is there? So that 2 equal to r upon n minus r plus 1. Okay students, this is what? N minus r upon r plus 1. Okay students, now how to the simplification? Dear students, just now we observed this is 2 minus of n minus r upon r plus 1, r by n minus r plus 1. What students? This will be sending to the other side. Now students, we will observe here what is there. My dear students, the calculation is there here. 2r plus 2, this is minus n, minus of minus plus r plus 1, this is r by n minus r plus 1. Okay students, how can you write this is? Just 1 minute students, we can observe this is the 2r plus 2 minus n plus r. So now this is what students? This is 3r, the 3r. After then plus 2 minus n into students, how can you write this is, my dear students, the n minus r plus 1. After then this is what? R square plus r. What is the students? R square plus r. Now students, you have to multiply with first n. This is 3 nr. After then you have to multiply with only n. This is the 2n minus n square. Then what students? We have to multiply with the r, that is what? Minus 3r square minus 2r minus minus plus nr. We have to multiply with 1, that is 3r plus 2 minus n equal to is there r square plus r. Is it clear students? Now what is the students? Is there minus n square is sending other side, plus n square. Minus n square is the plus n square. After that students, we can observe here is there 3nr, is there plus nr. 3nr plus nr sending to the other side, that is minus of 4nr. After that students, we can observe the numbers. What are there here students? So undoubtedly is there here minus 2r is there plus r. Okay students, minus 2r plus r, that is the r, plus r is sending other side, the plus r is the minus r. Okay students, now how can you write this is? This will be the students, we can observe here this is, what is there? 2n minus n, plus n is also minus n. So my students, when you observe this is, how many terms are there? Plus 2r is, plus 3r is there. Here this is how we can observe what is the students? Minus 2r. Undoubtedly student, this is undoubtedly what is there students? How can you observe this is? What is there here? This is undoubtedly plus 2n. This is the minus n, plus n is sending other side minus n. This is the student 3r minus 2r plus r cancel. R is the cancel. Now students, is there undoubtedly the minus 3r square sending other side, that is the 4r square. 4r square. So students, when you can observe, my dear students, here the one small mistake is there. 3r minus 2r is the plus r term cancel. The plus 2 is sending other side minus 2. R term is not there. Okay students. Now how can you write the student? This is n square is there. 4r square is there, minus this is there, minus 4nr is there. This is n minus 2r whole square. These two are sending other side, n plus 2. This is the condition for n minus 2r whole square equal to directly n plus 2. This is the condition for NCR minus 1, comma NCR and NCR plus 1 are in AP. So my dear students, when the NCR minus 1, NCR and NCR plus 1 are in AP, then you can take directly n minus 2r whole square equal to n plus 2. What is the students? N minus 2r whole square equal to n plus 2. Okay? My dear students, find the coefficient of x square in the 7x cube minus 2x square whole power 9. So, my dear students, there are two methods are there. One of them is shortcut method. So that is also you can directly apply in the board exams also. No problem at all. In the competitive point of view, we can take directly that method. First method is the students. The general process is Find the coefficient of x square, coefficient of x cube, x power 7, r, and one more thing is the student find the independent term. What is the meaning of independent term? Independent term means in the expansion only the constant term. In the expansion having the only constant term. That means the expansion is not does not containing the variable x. Then it will be called as independent term. Okay, students. So independent term means the constant term. So my dear students, now we have to find the coefficient of x square. All of you know that the tr plus 1, that is called general term. The tr plus 1, yesterday we are going to discuss about if you are taking the binomial x plus a whole power n. When we are taking the binomial x plus a, okay student, binomial theorem x plus a whole power n expansion is called the binomial theorem. So in that the general term is denoted by tr plus 1. That is what NCR, x power n minus r, a power r. Okay student, this is called as general term in the expansion of x plus a. Where x is the students, the first term, a is the second term. So my dear students, we can written as n is the 9. So the 9CR. X will be the students 7x cube whole power 9 minus r. A is the students minus 2 upon x square whole power r. Okay students, now this is we can written as 9CR 7 power 9 minus r. After then student, this is minus 2 power r, x power 3 9s are 27 minus 3r. Minus 3r. Dear student, this is x power 2r. Then it will be sending to the numerator. This is x power minus 2r. So students, we can written as 9CR. The constant is there, 7 power 9 minus r minus 2 power r. Is there x? Here also bases are equal. We have to know that the property a power m into a power n plus n. So when the bases are equal in the product, undoubtedly we are adding the powers. This is the 27 minus 3r minus 2r is the minus 5r. Okay students, find the coefficient of x square. For the coefficient of x square, then the power of x is equal to the 2. For the independent term, the power of x is must be equal to the 0. Dear students, when the r is an integer, undoubtedly it has the coefficient of x square. Suppose r is a not integer, if you got r value is the rational number, so in the expansion does not containing the x square. Is it clear students? N and r always must be a positive integers. That is our observation. Okay students, n is always greater than or equal to r must be greater than or equal to 0. So students, the power of x is the 27 minus 5r is equal to 2. This is sending to the other side, 5r equal to 25. R is the students 5. So when you are substituting r is a 5 is an integer. Suppose if you got some 1 by 3, 2 by 3, undoubtedly r is not a rational number, then you can directly return the given expansion is does not containing the coefficient x square term. Okay students, but here no problem at all. R is the 5, then it will be substituting here. This is what? PR plus 1. My dear students, the r value substitute in this. This is the r plus 1. 5 plus 1 is the 6. This is what? 9C6. 9C6. After then, 9 minus 6 is the 3. Minus 2. The r value is the 6. Yes. X power 27 minus. What is the student? 27 minus. So just a small mistake is there. R value is the 5. Undoubtedly student, 5 plus 1 6. This is 9C5. My dear student, this is the 9C5. After that 7 power. What is there? 9 minus 5. 9 minus 5 is the 4. After that minus 2 whole power 5. Yes. So dear students, what is the 27? 5 5s are is the 25. So students, this is what? Minus power 5 is the minus. This is equal to 9C4 also. NCR equal to NCN minus R. What is the students? NCR is also NCN minus R. 9 minus 5 is the 4. This is 7 power 4. 2 power 5. This is what? 27 minus 25 is the. So 9C4. What is the value of 9C4? We can written as 9 into 8 into. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 2 is 6. 4 2 is. Okay, students. Now 14 into 9. So here in the question, the answer was not given that simplifications. Suppose students, how to find this is? Undoubtedly students, the 9C4. Minus 126, 7 power 4 is the students. 49 into 49. This is 32 into x square. The coefficient of x square is the students, undoubtedly after the calculation, that is minus 1080 x square. What is the students? 1080 x square. Okay students. My dear students, this is 9C4 is the undoubtedly 126. 7 power 4 is the 7 into 7 into 7 into 7 4 times. Undoubtedly 49 into 49. 2 power 5 is the students 32. 4, 8, 16, 32. Find the calculation is the students. Now the another method. My dear students, how can you find the another method? So there is a shortcut method is there. So what is the shortcut method? So my dear students, when the binomial is in the a into x power p plus b by, what is the student? B by x power q whole power n. The r is the form directly the np minus s by p plus q. What is the value of the student r value? Directly we got 5. What is the r value? Just you can find the general term. After then the coefficient, the power of x is equal to the 2. Then we got r value is the 5. So students, here directly the r formula is there. Np minus s by p plus q. N is the students 9. P is the 2. 9 3 is 27. Minus s. What is the students? Np. So dear students, we are taking n is the 9. P is the 3, Q is the 2, PQ. So S will be the students, the coefficient, that is the 2. NP minus S is the 2. P plus Q is the 5. This is what students? 25 upon 5 equal to 5. For the independent term, S will be the 0. What is the students? For the independent term, S will be the 0. Then you can find directly this form. This is the only we have to find directly the value of R is NP minus S by P plus Q. Suppose students, how to get this one? So my dear students, everybody know that the TR plus 1 is the general term. NCR x power A into x power P n minus R. After then d upon x power q by whole power r. This is what? NCR a power n minus r x power np minus pr. This is what? d power r x power minus qr. So students, the NCR a power n minus r b power r x power np minus pr minus qr, where the bases are equal. This is x and this is also x. Dear students, we can written as np minus pr minus qr. So students, when you have to find the coefficient of some x power s, when you have to find the coefficient of x power s, this is equal to the s. So students, np minus pr minus qr will be the s. Dear students, this will be sending to the other side. P plus Q is the NP minus S. R equal to NP minus S by p plus q. When you have to find the r value, then you can directly apply the general form. Then you can directly find the coefficient of x power s in the expansion of x plus a whole given in the expansion of the given binomial. That is by taking gt. That is tr plus 1 equal to ncr x power n minus r a power r. This is only for the formula. We have to find the r only. Dear students, for the independent term, the s must be 0. Why? Because the s will be, we are taking the 0. Then you got r equal to np by p plus q. Okay students, write down. My dear students, right now we have to find the independent term in the expansion of root of square root of x by 3 plus 3 upon 2 by x square. So students, what we observe, this is, we have to compare with a into x power p, b by x power q, whole power n. This is what students, n will be the 10, yes, n will be the 10, p value is the students 1 by 2, and the q value is the students 2, p value is the 1 by 2, and the q value is the 2. Undoubtedly, my dear students, for the independent term we are discussed about, that is s value equal to 0. Is it clear students? S value must be 0. So my dear students, now the n value 10, p value 1 by 2 and q value is the 2 and s value is the 0. What is the formula r equal to? Just now we discussed np minus s by p plus q. Where is the students n and p? That is np is the 5, s value is the 0. P plus q is the students, what is there? P plus q. My dear students, the p plus q is the 1 by 2 plus 2. This is what students? 5 upon 2 2s are 4. So my dear students, 4 plus 1 is 5 by 2. Directly we got 2. R is the must be integer. R is must be a positive integer. So dear students, R will be the 2. Now the independent term just to be written as tr plus 1 equal to ncr x power n minus r y power r. This is the formula. So my dear students, tr plus 1, what is there? 2 plus 1, r is the 2. That is nc2. n is the, what is the students? n is the 10. 10c2. x is this one, a is this one. Of root of x by 3. Dear students, 10 minus 2 is the 8. n minus r is the form, 10 minus 2 is the 8. A will be this one. This is what? 3 by 2x square whole power 2. Okay students? My dear students, here 10c2 is the value. Everybody know that 10 into 9 by 2 into 1. 2 5s are. This is what? 45. So dear students, root of, undoubtedly everybody know that this is what students, the root means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means 8 by 2. 8 by 2 is the students 4. That is x power 4, 3 power 4. Is it clear students? Square root means 1 by 2. That is a power m, whole power n, a power m, and 8 by 2 is the 4. X power 4, 3 power 4. So this is what students? 3 square. Undoubtedly we can recognize 3 square. This is the 2 square, my dear students. 3 square, 2 square is the 4. After that, this is what? X power 4. My dear students, right now we observe this is, what is this? This is the 45. How to write this in 45? So dear student, 3 times cancel, 3 square is the 9. Into 4 is there. 9 1s are, 9 5s are 45. The independent term is the only 5 by 4. Okay students? That is the independent term. My dear students, greatest binomial coefficients in the expansion of x plus a whole power n. So students, if n is even, greatest binomial coefficient, if n is even, the greatest binomial coefficient is nc n by 2. Dear students, if n is odd, the greatest binomial coefficient is nc n minus 1 by 2 or nc n plus 1 by 2. What are the students? nc n minus 1 by 2, nc n plus 1 by 2. So what students? This is odd. These are also equal. So greatest binomial coefficients are, this is the binomial coefficients when n is even nc n by 2. Yesterday, dear students, I explained about middle terms. The middle term means n is even, t n by 2 plus 1. n is odd, the middle term is the t n plus 1 by 2, comma t n plus 3 by 2. Okay students, if you forget the formulas, just you can write down the expansion of the binomial, then you can check it. Okay student, that is no problem at all. So right now students, we are going to discuss about the number of terms. My dear students, suppose a trinomial is there. What is the students? Trinomial and a quadrinomial, and that means the polynomial having the quadrinomial means 4 times. Binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial, that means 4 times. That means a polynomial has 4 times, a polynomial has 5 times. How to find the number of terms in the expansion? Okay students, so my dear students, we know that only for the binomial a plus b whole square 3 terms, a plus b whole cube has 4 terms. So dear students, a plus b whole power n, undoubtedly the number of terms, distinct terms are n plus 1 terms. For the binomial it will be very easy. Suppose students, for the trinomial or for the polynomial expand, the polynomial having the 4 terms, undoubtedly x1, x2, x3, x4 and so on xr. The number of terms are all whole power n. The number of terms, this is only for objective students, this is not for any board examinations. Okay students, this is also we can, it is very helpful in the combinations also. This is from only the combination. In the combinations also exclusively for the objective. Okay students, right now here the number of terms in the expansion of x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 and xr whole power n is the form students n plus r minus 1 cr minus 1. Suppose the students, we have to know that a plus b plus c whole square expansion has the 6 terms, a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2c. Therefore, dear students, n will be the 2 and r will be the 3. What is the form? n plus r minus 1. That is n plus r minus 1. That is 2 plus 3, 5 minus 1, 4. R minus 1 is the 2. 3 minus 1. So students, this is what? 4c2. 4 into 3 upon 2 into 1. This is what? 6. The number of expansions, the number of terms, that is 6. Suppose students, a plus b plus c whole cube is there. How to write this is? N value is the 3 and r value is the 3. Therefore, what is the form? N plus r minus 1, cr minus 1. This is also students 6, 5, 5c2. N plus r, 3 plus 3, 6 minus 1, 5. R minus 1, this is what? 5c2 is the 5 into 4. First you can write 2 successive numbers from 5. That is 2 into 1, that is 10. So student, this is also we can written as nc n plus r minus 1 cn. How to write? N plus r minus 1 cr minus 1 can be written as n plus 1 n plus r minus 1. Subtract this, n plus r minus 1 minus of r minus 1, we got n. We have to know that ncr is the form nc n minus r. Now student, this is the formula for the number of terms. Okay students, now the one more thing is the students, this is also in the objective. So dear students, if you are taking the trinomial, that means students ax plus by plus Cz whole power n is there. So my dear students, what we observed here, this is the trinomial. So ax plus by plus Cz, the coefficient of, there is a shortcut method is there students, the coefficient of x power r, y power p, z power s in the expansion of, what is the students? The coefficient of x power r, y power s and z, what is the students? X power r, y power s or z power p in the expansion of ax plus by plus cz whole power n. So in generally, if you know that this form, just you have to take first two are the one function and cz, then you have to compare with the binomial. So that will be very difficult calculation. So these are put in a one bracket. This is bx, this is a. After that you can expansion. Then you have to find the coefficient of x power r and y power s and z power t. It will be very difficult, students. There is a formula is there. This is also for the comparative. So the coefficient of x power r, y power s, z power t in the expansion is, so students, is n factorial first. How to write n factorial by is there r factorial and s factorial and t factorial. What is the shortcut is the students? N factorial by r factorial into s factorial into t factorial. Then you can write x power r coefficient, that is nothing but a power r into y power s, that is b power s, and z power t, that is c power t. What is the students? N factorial by r factorial into s factorial into t factorial and a power r, b power s, c power t. This is what, students? Undoubtedly the r plus s plus t must be equal to n. This is the first observation. R plus s plus t equal to n, then the coefficient of x power r, y power s, z power t is the students n factorial by r factorial into s factorial into t factorial, a power r, b power s, c power t. If the students, the r plus s plus t, the sum of the indices is not equal to n, directly we can write in the objective the coefficient will be the 0. Is it clear, students? When if r plus s plus t is not equal to n, then the coefficient is must be equal to 0. Is it clear, student? This is the another form. This is the number of terms in the expansion is, what is the form, students? N plus r minus 1, cr minus 1. So this is the another form. Okay, students? Okay, students, this is today, students. Tomorrow I will explain some objective model concepts. Okay, students, thank you all.